If opening your fridge feels like a roll of the dice, and not the exciting kind of roll of the dice like in Vegas where you could win $10,000, but a roll of the dice like, what am I gonna find in there? An old barbecue chicken, a cucumber that's self-imploded, then it probably means it's time to clean your fridge. And in this video, I'm gonna give you this step-by-step breakdown. I'm gonna walk you right through how to do it so that you feel confident and ready to go, so that you can get a fresh, clean, sparkling fridge that smells wonderful and looks impressive. Give this video a thumbs up if you think fridge-scaping is one of the worst trends to come out of the pandemic. And I'm not talking about containers. I'm talking about people putting like picture frames and flowers in their fridge just to make it look pretty. Look it up. And just a quick reminder, if you haven't done so already, to subscribe to the Clean My Space channel. And I just wanted to let you know that this video is brought to you by our sister company, Makers Clean, where we sell our premium microfiber cleaning tools and so much more. First things first, you gotta empty the fridge. Don't be judgmental here, just pull everything out and get it on your counter. What I did instead of unplugging my fridge is I actually turned off the cooling mechanism so that I wasn't wasting electricity during this process. You just have to make sure that you turn it back on at the end of the cleaning. Now, as with any cleaning task, I'm just working from the top to the bottom. That way I'm being strategic and I'm not forgetting anything. Next up, it's time to remove the baskets, the bins, and the shelves. If you're not too familiar with your fridge, I would say to do this slowly and carefully. That way you don't break anything. Having been in the cleaning business for a long time, I can tell you I have broken 1 or 2 fridge shelves, and I've learned over the years, do it gingerly. Now I'm going to pre-treat the inside of the fridge with a simple all-purpose cleaner. We'll deal with that after. Next up, I'm sprinkling some baking soda in all of these little trays and bins and on the shelves, as well as spraying it with all-purpose cleaner. This is going to help provide a little bit of extra abrasion, deodorization, and stain removal. I've got a cleaning toothbrush, a microfiber cloth, and some all-purpose cleaner, and I'm going to tackle the inside of this fridge, moving from the top to the bottom, working my way from left to right. Now, I'm respraying any areas that I clean only because I want to make sure that they're nice and wet when I'm actually giving them a wipe down. That way, if there are any stains, they'll come off easier. The cleaning toothbrush is there to get into those little grooves, particularly in the crisper drawer and the shelf area. You can find like dried up pieces of lettuce or small little chunks of cheese that you really can't get out any other way aside from flicking them out with a little toothbrush. Finally, I'm tackling the gaskets, which are those little rubber seals around the doors. Those can get dirty and filthy over time, so use your cleaning toothbrush, give it a good little scrub, and then wipe it clean with a microfiber cloth. You can also do your door hinges at this time too. Now I'll take this double-sided sponge, I make sure it's damp, and then I'm going to tackle each one of these shelves and bins and drawers. It doesn't take too long. What I find is when they've had a chance to pre-treat, they clean up much easier, and that baking soda really helps remove any of the extra gunky stuff that's been built up. Now, for these bigger items, I like to clean them and replace them one at a time because frankly, it can be really overwhelming to find counter space, particularly when all of your refrigerated items are on your counter as well. So for these bigger things, I would just clean them, dry them, and put them right back. Now, it's important that you dry everything really well because you don't want to have excess moisture going back into the fridge after you've cleaned it. Again, if you're unsure how your shelves or your bins get reinstalled, just work slowly and make sure that you don't break or damage anything because these fridge components can be so expensive to replace. These panels of glass are also very challenging to work with, so just move slowly, handle them gently, and when you're cleaning and rinsing and replacing them, just take a little bit of extra time. You've got to take my word on this one. What can be particularly difficult to clean in your fridge are these little rings or stubborn spots that have just sat there and built up over time. That is what's going to require the most amount of cleaning, but that baking soda and all-purpose cleaner combo really helps remove any of that stickiness. The other thing you might notice, particularly in your crisper drawers, are stains from, zucchini or broccoli or kale or whatever have you that sat at the bottom of the bin for a long time and eventually discolored it. This is something that you might be able to remove with a bit of baking soda and hydrogen peroxide. So you can always give that trick a shot as well. Now these bins came out pretty nice and clean, so I'm pretty happy. My fridge, I think, actually looks better than the day I moved in. Now I'm going to start filling it back up. What I do is have a microfiber cloth and a little bit of all-purpose cleaner handy. And before I replace an item, of course, I make sure, yeah, I still want it, I still need it, and it's still edible. And the next thing I'll do is give the bottom of that container a wipe. That's why you see me doing this in fast motion. I'm just holding, wiping, replacing. And anything that I'm not keeping, I'm just leaving on the counter. This is also a great chance for you to take inventory of what's in your fridge, what you might be out of. Do I need more pesto? Is that coconut milk just about finished? You can really start to keep track of things and make a mental note of what you're looking for. Always important to replace your box of baking soda. You should be doing this 4 times a year or at the change of every season. Just helps your fridge stay a little fresher and your food tastes better. Your floor is actually pretty crusty at the end of a fridge cleaning, so you want to make sure that you give that a nice clean. And of course, I turn the temperature back on in the fridge as well. So there you go. Now you know how to clean your fridge. You can reduce your energy consumption by having it more efficient. You can reduce the amount of waste on your grocery bills, and it makes cooking and food prep a lot easier. So I hope that you get your fridge nice and clean and ready for the week. And that brings me to this week's comment question, which is, what is the weirdest thing you have ever found in a fridge or freezer, whether it was your own or someone else's? I will tell you a quick story about a TLC show that I saw many years ago. I only watched a tiny snippet. This man, this character, used to go out and collect roadkill, and then he would bag it up and put it in his freezer. Can't tell you why. Anyway, I hope whatever you found in your fridge or freezer or someone else's was not nearly as weird as roadkill. So let me know in the comments down below. Now, if you like what we do here at Clean My Space, consider becoming one of our members. And on a topic that's slightly more interesting than roadkill in a freezer, you can learn how to clean your toilet in 3 minutes by watching this video right over here. If you haven't done so already, make sure that you subscribe to the Clean My Space channel. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.